Hi everyone, John here again. Now this is a video, basically I'm going to leave a slideshow playing behind. This is my kids and I thought I'd just give a couple of tips on photographing kids. Now these are all taken with a 5D full frame camera and I will tell you most of them are a little bit of fill flash. Now I'm not saying every one of these images are great, but you will see if you watch the screen there's some quite nice shots there. So I'm not going to go into camera settings and stuff like that, but what I'm going to say is a few things that I've learned a lot is, especially when photographing these two, I will try grab a video next time they're playing and show you just how hard it is to grab a picture of these. Anyway, to get a lot of these shots we went to Temple Newsham Farm and then we went to Roundy Park Lake. Now when we went to the lake I didn't get nowhere near as good a shots because we was that busy running around making sure that they didn't jump in lake that it really took my attention away. So a bit of advice for you, if you're going to go out with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, it's nice if you take somebody who can watch the kids so you're not watching the kids. You want to be concentrating on the pictures. There's a nice one. You want to be concentrating on the pictures and that's it. And the moments. Now, I found out that works fantastic. When I took these ones here, we was in a farm and they were safe where they were. Our lass was keeping an eye on them. And I just were basically following them around. Most of the time I used a 50mm lens on a full frame body, so it wasn't particularly a close-up. And as for camera settings, I found myself, I was in AV and I was just underexposing the ambient a touch and I was using fill flash with minus 1 3/4 stops of flash compensation on. That's what nearly took 98% of these shots. And I was using AI servo and I was using the center focus point on the 5D and I was using normal focus as well because AI servo is good and you need it most of the time when you're shooting kids, but what you'll find out is you can't get your framing. That's a nice one, just chucked something in the puddle and we got a nice splash in a moment. What you'll find out is with AI servo it's okay and it's great. I mean on the 5D and the 5D Mark II as well, the center focus point, if you turn the AF illumination on, it'll show you the 9 hidden focus points that it's got when it grabs focus, and it really does a fantastic job. I don't know why people moan about focus on it because mine focuses I mean to get these like this, and they're not even sharpened these. It did a great job, but I did keep jogging between AI servo and obviously normal one-shot focus so that I could quickly focus on recompose. Like this is focus and quickly recompose because she was stood there, but I found myself jogging between those two settings a lot. Like I say, I could have left it in AI servo and crop later, but I like to get the framing I want at a camera. And if you can do that, do it, but if you can't, get it in AI servo, follow the action and don't click unless you see a shot. And this is what I did here. Don't get me wrong, they're not all great. I'm not saying they're all great, but there's a couple of really, really nice shots in there. I mean, what you've seen up to press is one shoot. And if you look at how many pictures there is and how many nice ones there is, I don't think I've done so bad. And just give your kids something to do to keep them occupied. Don't shout them. Don't really shout them and annoy them or even call their name. Just follow them round and let the moments. Like, look at that. I mean, that's superb. Walking past. Oh, there's me daddy. I caught him on right at edge at frame. And there's another one. Do you know what I mean? To be honest, kid photography is meant to be really hard, and it is. But if you let them just do their own thing and you just walk around and follow them, because then you can just take shots and they're not, none of these are staged. Not one single picture staged. Now don't get me wrong, some aren't that great, but my girlfriend liked them, so she won't let me delete them. So she just wants me to keep them all, obviously because it's the kids, but you'll see there's some crackers in there. So remember, AI servo, but when you can, get it in one shot so you can quickly focus and recompose. Some of these, that's AI servo. Definitely AI servo there. And there's a mum in the background. This is AI servo, focused on Finn, and there's his sister, and there's his mum. So it don't mean much to you, that picture, but to them it does. Even that one, because there's Finlay, and there's his mum, and there's his sister. They're blurred, but to us it means a lot, and to you it'll mean a lot. And I have had a lot of emails asking if I can do these sort of pictures for other people. And I think it'd be dead easy to do, to be honest. You don't need loads of gear. Your camera, one flash. You don't even have to use flash, but I like flash because it illuminates. As you can see, it's done a fantastic job. I mean, you can't beat pictures like this. Again, this was one shot, and I was swapping between focus and recompose and AI servo. That was the only real settings I used on the camera. The rest is just walking around, giving them something to do, and just letting the moments unfold in front of you. And I hope you'll agree with me. It's actually quite easy. Look at that. I mean, this is his sister here. Edge of his sister, and then focusing on Finn. And, you know, there's some corker shots there, especially for one time out. I was only there an hour and a half, usually. Now, this was near the lake, so I didn't get as good a shots here, but there's a couple of nice ones. Again, walking down and just letting the moment unfold and going bang and being there to grab it. Not letting your camera settings get in the way of what you need to do. Again, hid behind a tree, using the tree as the foreground, midground and background. I mean, and look at that. Look at the moment there. What are them two thinking about? That's our Ethan and his sister. Again, mums love these sort of pictures, and to be honest, they tell a story. And like I say, it was juggling between AI servo and one shot. It was definitely AV, not manual. This was one that I shot when they walked past me. Our lass really loves this one. She likes to photograph the back of her instead of the front. I don't suppose we all like to do that, don't we? There's another okay shot. I mean, look at that. That's his Dakota, and that's her brother behind you. Just really easy to do. I find it dead easy to do as long as you give them something to do. Now, I know that I have seen a lot of photographers do a similar thing and they still haven't got any shots, but I mean, obviously you've got to have the eye for it as well, but don't look at that. I mean, what's his brother looking at, and what's our Ethan looking at? Just a really, really nice catch. And they're all done with full frame again. To be honest, I don't use my 60D now. For 2 pins I'd sell it, but I just like the flash control that I've got on it. Otherwise it'd be gone, it'd be grass, I'd get rid of it and I'd have another one of these. I might just keep the 60D and try get a 5D Mark II and then get rid of it like. And yeah, so I hope these couple of tips helps. I am going to do a lot more shots. My friend Mark asked me to do more of the kids. He reckons that it'll really improve my other photography, and I reckon it will and all, because to do this sort of stuff with these two, they're like on speed, these two kids. They run around like 1,000,000 miles an hour. So to capture stuff is really hard, and to capture it in focus and everything else is hard. But like I say, give your kids something to do. Make sure that they're not in a dangerous situation, because you're not really going to be concentrating on them yourself. You're going to be busy taking pictures and they might get hurt. So here wasn't too bad because I had my girlfriend and our Ethan there, so I could basically walk around and do what I liked. There's Ethan. There's just another nice shot. You'll see the framing ain't always perfect. I've chopped a foot off. But you can't always get the perfect framing when you're working at 1,000 miles an hour. But what matters here is the picture and the moment. Like, look at that. Our last loved that. And a lot of people go, well, what is that? Same here, walking along the wall, coming towards me at Roundy Park. And I was just laid on the wall, snapping the pictures. And there you go. There's Finn in front, Dakota and Ethan at the back. I like the hands. The hands in the shot. They make a huge difference for a frame. So, yeah, I hope that helps. I am going to do a lot more, but the focus on the 5D is absolutely stonking, especially on AI servo. Mine never misses. I do only use the centre focus point because I want the 9 hidden AF points that work in AI servo. This was AI servo. She was moving fairly quick on these saucers. Don't get me wrong, she wasn't doing 100 miles an hour or anything, but they were going quite quick and turning fairly fast, and the camera didn't have no problem in AI servo in focusing. And there's a brother there pointing at her because he won't get on the saucers, and he's there looking at her and she's there going, snooze you lose, I'm enjoying myself. And that's it really. I think that'll be the end of the slideshow. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe.